TFT Set 11 is scheduled to be released on March 20th with patch 14.6. In today's video, I'm gonna give you top 3 easy 4-cost carry comps you can play in your game. Firstly, in Set 11 with new mechanics, few encounter will have game-ending impact, but most encounter we will face will have very small to no impact in game. For simplicity, we will cover best comps for those game-ending encounters in future videos. So without further delay, let's get started. Mythic/Invoker Lillia comp. Playing 4-cost carry Lillia is one of the best ways to top your lobby. With Mythic and Invoker traits, you can easily flex her in meta comps. Early game, you can play around Darius with Umbral and Behemoth traits. With 4 Umbral, you can easily win streak stage 3. Also, you can play full Mythic board if you get the chance. If you chose to play around Mythic, try the 3-star all 1-cost champion. Early on, you make items on Kog'Maw or Lun. If you decide to reroll for 1 cost, best to do it before level 6, cause till level 5 you have best odds of getting 1-cost units. Mid-game. In mid-game, your priority should be keeping good econ and staying healthy to push for level 7. After level 7, you play 4 Invoker with 4 Umbral and add Lillia. In level 7, you can reroll for Lillia, and if no one is playing the Lun in your lobby, you can also 3-star her. Now for the itemization and the best augments for this comp. Kog'Maw's best in slot items are Blue Buff, Jeweled Gauntlet, and Rabadon's Death Cap. Lillia and Alun is best with Spear of Sojin, Jeweled Gauntlet, and Rabadon's Death Cap. Sylas can use Titan's Resolve, Bloodthirster, and Warmog. And our tanks Annie, Thamkench, Nico, and Cho'Gath can use Ionic Spark, Warmog's Armor, Dragon's Claw, Steadfast Heart, Sunfire Cape, Crown Guard, and Bramble Vest. As for augment, Pandora's item, good for something epic, Little Buddies, Raining Gold, Rain Fire Cement, Mana Shield, it's going to be epic, Mythic Crest, and Invoker Crest, all good options. Late game. In late game, we have few possibilities depending on which 5 and 4 cost frontline you get. In terms of full Mythic comp, the final board will have 7 Mythic with Wei, where Lillia and Kog'Maw will be our main carry and Cho'Gath and Nico as main frontline. But if you didn't go for 3-star 1 costs, the final board will consist of 6 Invoker with 3 Mythic, where Thamkench and Annie will be our main tank and Alun and Lillia will be our damage dealer. And if you get early Set and Udyr, you also play 4 Invoker with 4 Umbral, where Lillia and Alun will be our main damage and Sylas will act as pseudo-tank with Annie. Syndra carry. Syndra is one of the most flexible carry you can play in Set 11. From Streamline Faded, Arcanist comp to Behemoth comp, you can fit Syndra in any of those meta comp. Early game, you can play around 3 Faded with Ahri or Kindred as early game carry. If you get more AD items, you can also use Aphelios for early game carry. Now for the itemization and the best augments for this comp. Aphelios best with Ginsa's Rageblade, Infinity Edge, and Giant Slayer. Syndra's best in slot items are Blue Buff, Jeweled Gauntlet, and Hextech Gunblade. Lysandra is best with Spear of Sojin, Jeweled Gauntlet, and Archangel's Staff. And our tanks Thresh, Aleoi, Nico, and Amumu can use Ionic Spark, Warmog's Armor, Dragon's Claw, Steadfast Heart, Sunfire Cape, Crown Guard, and Bramble Vest. As for augment, Pandora's item, good for something epic, Little Buddies, Raining Gold, Rain Fire Cement, Mind Over Matter, Faded Crest, and Arcanist Crest, all good options. From mid-game, depending on the game, you can go a few possible routes. If you FO for Faded version of Syndra carry, you need to reroll at level 7 for Syndra. Also, you can get Thresh and Aphelios to 3-star if uncontested. The final board will consist of 5 Faded, with Syndra and Aphelios as main damage dealer and Thresh as main tank. In case you decided to go for the Arcanist version of the comp, you need to rush to level 8 and roll for Syndra and Lysandra. Here, our final board will consist of 6 Arcanist and 4 Faded, where Aleoi and Nico will be our main front line with Syndra and Lysandra as our damage dealer. You can also go for Arcanist with 4 Warden and 3 Faded if you need more front line. Talking about the front lines, if you get Raid Boss Augment, you can go 6 Behemoths with 2 Arcanist and 3 Faded, where Syndra and Lysandra deal damage from the backline and you get an impenetrable wall of Behemoths tank up enemy damage. Ashe carry. As 4-cost champion, Ashe is one of the best AD carry you can play viably for rank climbing. In early game, you can play around Caitlyn and Kog'Maw with Warden tanks. With 2-star units, you can easily go full win streak on stage 2. For early power, you can make items on Caitlyn and transfer those to Ashe later on. In mid-game, you can add 4 Warden to bolster your frontline, and prioritize on keeping a good econ and stay healthy to reach level 7. You need to reroll at level 7 for Ashe to stabilize your board. Also keep holding Amumu to 3-star him. Now for the itemization and the best augments for this comp. Aphelios best with Ginsa's Rageblade, Rageblade, Infinity Edge, and Giant Slayer. Ashe's best in slot items are Ginsa's Rageblade, Infinity Edge, and Last Whisper. Syndra is best with Spear of Sojin, Jeweled Gauntlet, and Archangel's Staff. And our tanks Amumu and Nautilus can use Even Shroud, Ionic Spark, Warmog's Armor, Dragon's Claw, Steadfast Heart, Sunfire Cape, Crown Guard, and Bramble Vest. As for Augment, Pandora's item, good for something epic, Little Buddies, Raining Gold, Rain Foyer Cement, Long Shot, Boiling Point, Porcelain Crest, and Sniper Crest, all good options. In late game, after level 9 your board will consist of 4 Warden with 2 Sniper, where Aphelios and Ashe will be our main carry, and as main tanks Amumu and Nautilus will hold up the front line. Also you can go with 4 Porcelain if you find early Syndra, whereas main tank Amumu hold the front line and Ashe and Syndra can duo carry. I highly recommend you guys to try it out for yourselves to push your rank. Remember to subscribe to our channel, Item Swap, so you never miss out on our latest videos and exciting content. Thank you for watching, and until next time, happy gaming!